Hello, my dear Libra. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between April the 1st and April 15, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot with Zero Marchetti, and I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and do a clear view reading for my dear Libra viewers. So I want my dear Libras to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. I also want to take the chance to tell you about Mercury. April 1st will Mercury reach its eastern greatest elongation of 19 degrees from the Sun. It is the best time to view Mercury since it will be on its highest point over the horizon. So look for the planet low in the western sky just after sunset. April 7, the giant planet Jupiter will be at opposition and will be fully illuminated by the Sun. It will be at its closest approach to the Earth and will be brighter than any other time of the year. April 11, we will also have the full moon. So I will just tune in for a few seconds. Okay, so my dear Libras, this is your future. And this is the now, and here is the past. So the now is probably the first half of April 2017, but whenever you watch this is probably the exact right time to see it. So the first card here for you is 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands, it's a card about suppressing your own instincts. You have true instincts, feelings, longings, things you want to express, maybe anger or other passionate emotion, because it's a lot of things coming down here with the 10 of Wands. We can see here it's triangles on this poor fellow's back, and those triangles, it's his soul's longing and wants. It's 3 times 3, so it's a divine number. And he's suppressed by his own energy, he's suppressed by his own soul's longing, because he doesn't let this powerful energy run through him. He lets this energy come like so, and then he stops it. He doesn't want to express it out in the world, so he keeps it all inside. And it's weighing him down, so it's making it impossible for him to stand up, and he crawls like the last piece that he needs to go here. So this is when we don't think that our true selves are good enough. So we keep our mouth shut, and we keep our tongue behind our teeth, and we don't speak the things that we should want to express here. And we don't act in the way we should want to act, so we hold back. Sometimes we are held back because of being raised in a certain way, like well raised, we call this. It's like rather being well raised than being happy. And for some of you, it's you hold back for the sake of the peace in relationship, in family. They are used to you being in a certain way, so you can't really change now, you think, because they are not going to know who you are if you start to show your true self. The 10 of Wands is sometimes also taking on too much, like over-functioning, trying to be the bigger person all the time, trying to take all things from the hands of other people, so they don't have to take responsibility, or they don't have to work, or so you are doing everything for everyone else. That's another way to suppress yourself. There's many ways, but the first that come to mind was this lovely spiritual energy from your own soul that wants to come through here, and you just stop it. When it comes to your body, it's there, it's blocked, because you don't want to express your true self. The next card here for you is the Five of Wands. So Five of Wands is an internal struggle between different points of view. One point of view can be that you want to express yourself, you want to tell the world how you're feeling, and the other personality says, are you crazy? Then they're going to know that you love them, and they can use this against you, or they can see that you are weak and they will use this against you, or they will think that you are crazy because you are over emotional, or you get angry in so many different ways, or you are so judgmental, so you don't want to express yourself. You have very many different fears about what would happen if you truly expressed yourself, or if you followed your own longing. No, we can't hope for that much. It would be a great fall if we hoped for so much and then we don't get it. So better play safe here. The Five of Wands is when you can't really create anything in your life because your will is going in so many different directions. In a relationship, it can be, should I stay or should I go? It can go like this. So you're on the fence and nothing happens. You don't create better circumstances in the relationship, and you don't create better circumstances for you outside the relationship because you don't really know where to go. So either stay or go. Try to decide. Try to make up your mind. Even if there's struggles, you can decide to be in the relationship for this and this long time, and if it hasn't gotten better until then you can take a new decision. Sorry. The important thing here for you, I think, is to actually make a firm decision to know where to point your energies. The Five of Wands is also, it's like earthly view, how it looks from the earth side when it comes to the Temperance card. The Temperance card is when we are supposed to mix water and fire together, or mix two different cultures together, or two different persons. And this is when you have so different opinions. Eventually, when you have had a lot of quarrels where you try to express yourself as truthful as possible, you will rub off on the other person, they will rub off on you, and eventually you will get more tight. But first you need to have conflicts. You don't have to bite each other's head off, but you can say, okay, I don't agree with you here. This is how I feel. And so what do you think about that? And the other person can say, well, my feelings is more like this. And you can come forward to something. You don't have to have this quarrel. So you see, it's the same tree arguing with itself. So that's not a way to use your life energy, to waste it on arguing with yourself and try to prevent yourself from expressing your true wants and needs from your soul. Okay. Oh, so here we have a Five of Coins as well. Five of Coins is, again, your soul's energy wants to come through here, but it can't because you don't love yourself. So you are this beautiful, beautiful soul, sparkling of energy and light and colors. But in this earthly inhabitant, you think that, well, no one has loved me up to now as the person that I am, so who will ever do this? And you're asking for what you need, but are not sure that you will get it. You feel like an outsider. You feel like a person that's very poor, or are not able to get their needs met. And it's not strange that you are not able to get your needs met, because you are suppressing a lot of your own energy. So you are not in your full capacity, and you haven't let the soul go down in your body. It's a very easy process. You just have to start feel the warmth in your hand and your feet, and let it spread to the rest of your body. Just feel the feelings. It doesn't have to be warmth in the beginning. It can be just tingling. And this is a way to just let your spirit down in your body, taking more space. It's not a difficult process. It's just your life energy. And in any other animal or plant, it's already there. It's just we humans that almost not dare to dip our toes in our own existence, because we are so afraid of doing things wrong, or being wrong, or not being loved, or so that's the block. So if you can invite your own energy in your body and start feeling it, start to feel very grounded with this, then you will become very attractive to other people. They want to be with you. They want to be near you. Um, and also you will start to know what you want. You won't have this confusion anymore inside of you. It will start to become clear, sometimes through big expression of big emotions. Sometimes it needs to go like this, and it's definitely a very good way because it's cleaning many things out at the same time. So I think people might reject you or keep you at distance because they know that you are just acting. You are not being your true self. You are holding back a lot of things, and they might feel that you are holding back the love to them, for example, because you don't love them really. But you are holding back because you don't want to be taking risks, or you don't want to be clingy or needy, or be a trouble, or things like this. But people, when they don't see the true you, when they see a suppressed part of you, they think that you are a bad person. They think if you are holding back for your boss, for example, trying to be very nice towards this person and saying yes to everything she or he needs or wants, then they are going to think, okay, this is a person that wants to manipulate me, and they are not being truthful. So what's their agenda? And you are just trying to be nice, and they don't get it. So you have a lot to win to become your true self, because people doesn't see your effort to try to be nice. They only see this mask and they think, God, what can be behind this mask? It must be something terrible since they are hiding it. On your point of view, maybe it is terrible, but it's not going to be when you have integrated your soul. Then everything will become so much more clearer. Now you might be very fearful because you're a little bit in your ego, but when the ego has died, the part of ego that's trying to keep you locked up in fear, then you will see there's nothing to fear. So here comes the beautiful Six of Swords. That's a journey that Persephone did to go down in the netherworld to marry Hades, so almost marrying the devil here. And that's about finding your true self, finding your true expression, finding the strength and your true impulses that you have been locking away in prison. We can see this on our own society. The example with good girls falling for bad guys, that's because they have their bad bad girl locked in prison somewhere. So they are attracted by a person that's bad on the outside because they want to connect to their own badness or their own risk-taking, strong, and a great deal of their self-respect also, because if you can't put boundaries and have respect for yourself, no one else will respect you either. You don't have to get self-respect out of other people's fear, but it's a shortcut. When you just try to mirror yourself, your world, try to mirror yourself on the outside, so they want to show this is on your inside. So if you have a partner that's very much unlike you, and you have maybe things that's irritating with them, you can be irritated on different things. They are too much, they are too needy or too clingy. Then it's probably your own needs and clinginess that you have been putting off because you don't want to need other people. You don't want to be in a position that where you need to be a beggar or needing people. So you want to be in self-control, and therefore you put off this neediness. You don't want to be close to other people. But you see this in your partner that's so clingy and needy, and everything is very problematic with this person. But it's just mirroring you and your own needs that you have been doing this towards this emotion. And it can be you think the person is lazy. Well, that's because you never rest. You think that a person is too much in their own authority. That's because you have failed to be in your own authority. So now you are going down to Hades to marry your other side, this side that you have suppressed and that you mirrors back in others, but you want to find the true self, your true self. So that's a beautiful thing. It's Ace of Swords, so it's your mind together with this water, your heart. So your heart and mind will become the same. That will be a great relief, especially when it comes to problem solving or making a decision, because this will be much more clear for you when you have your whole self intact. Now it's like you have part of your soul in the basement. So that's also a loss of life energy, because you have suppressed it. You have suppressed it and put it into prison. But now there's a rescue operation, a beautiful rescue operation. You will go and fetch your soul, try to find out more about who you are and what you want, things like this. Okay, so here we find your soul, the sun. So for most of you, this will be in the past, but for some of you viewing this in Mars, this will happen now, that there's some inner conflict between you and the outside world, maybe you and your own needs. You're trying to not need something that you need, or you're trying to not be the person that you are. But here, when you have went down into your, it can be as easy as just finding out what you really want underneath all the fear, and then you find your soul there. Okay, so that's beautiful. It's the sun here. So the sun is our soul, our common soul in this solar system, but you have one of these above your head, much like in this picture. And the more you can integrate your soul in your body, the more yourself will start to glow more. We have the High Priestess in this deck that has the soul around her head like a halo, like the old saints. But you have this light here. It wants to come down in you, but it has had some problems due to you not loving yourself enough or not trusting yourself enough to be your true self. But this will change. You are a bright person using both mind and heart. This is Venus in Libra, actually. So going down here and integrating your heart and mind and deciding, okay, so they're the same. There's not going to be a conflict anymore. I'm going to follow my heart. We have this Khalil Gibran, the prophet, with the telling about love, that you should, in the Swedish interpretation, there's he says this, that follow love even though the sword that might be hidden underneath his wings might hurt you, because love is not only for your happiness, it's also for your growth. And we usually grow mostly towards when we face obstacles, then we really have to dive deep and find out who we are in the bottom of our core. So this is what you're doing here. That's very beautiful. So this is in the now, the first part of April 2017. And here you have a Nine of Swords. So that's the effect of the Ten of Wands. This is Gemini. It's when you have this inner quarrel inside your head and you don't love yourself enough. It might be that you are tormenting yourself, being unable to make a decision. And when you finally make a decision, you decide that this was the wrong decision, and you torment yourself with that you made a wrong decision. Or you torment yourself with you want to talk with a certain person. When you have talked to this person, you torment yourself with what you said to this person. And it can be a lot of things. It can also be just problem solving, just being weighed down with a lot of problems. This card is called Cruelty in Tarot, and it's cruelty against yourself. Usually from the beginning, it's other person that has been cruel towards you, not accepting you as the person that you were. When you were a little child, your parents tried to raise you and say, bad girl, bad boy, you should do like this instead. And you decide, okay, so I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough as I am, so I will try to be someone else. I will try to be this person that my parents want, and my teacher wants, and my friends want, and my partner want. So you don't know who you are anymore, and you need to find yourself. So The best way is to write down all your fears, all those heavy thoughts. That's kind of it's a machine going on in your head. I used to call this angel radio because, yes, negative thoughts are not nice. They are not nice, but are kind of pointing out exactly what you need to do next, exactly what's going on, what you need to work with next. So if you're thinking that this person hates me, this person doesn't love me, write this down. This person hates me. He doesn't love me. And go even deeper. How does that feel? Because it's pointing with this great arrow to a part of your body that's hurting because something is not in harmony, something is out of line. Usually we don't want to see those painful thoughts. We try to have a positive attitude and we don't want to feel our fears. But when you can face those fears and say, okay, so I believe this. I truly believe that this person doesn't love me. That will be, your heart will sink like a stone and your adrenaline would start rushing around in the body and beautiful things will happen here. Because when you don't resist the things that you think are the truth, when you decide to align with those feelings, there will be like opening a floodgate and you will see the truth about how you really have felt. And you have tried to keep up a brave face, but here it needs to fall. The mask needs to fall. Not because what you think are true. It's probably not. But it's true for you. It's the truth that you have been hiding from yourself. It's things that you haven't want to see them. You have tried to keep a positive attitude, try to endure this, whatever it is. But now you need to face this reality just for a moment, face it, because it doesn't have to be the really deep reality, but it's something that you have put off to see. And if you can see it, you can heal it. And it's just frequencies and vibrations, and it's better to know the truth of your situation, see it in the bright light, than to live in illusion. So if you are unloved, that's something you really need to face and need to take this decision out of that. But it doesn't have to be the truth. With Gemini, sometimes we can jump into conclusions, but it's very good to see those conclusions. So we are aware. Awareness is your soul taking place in your body, because now you see things. You don't have to act upon them, but you can see what you are doing at least. The next card here is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords holds the Two of Swords on a pillow here. It's a decision that you need to make. The Two of Swords is a card about wanting to keep peace in your relationship, not want to cause wars, not want to cause conflicts. You don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. So you are not really expressing your own feelings about things because you don't want to hurt other people and you don't want to expose maybe the truth about certain things with yourself. But this child, it's your inner child. It's your child that when you came, that's asked you to challenge yourself to actually be your true self and start showing this, what you really think of, your true expression. We had the Ace of Swords hanging here from the ceiling, and one of those are the Ace of Swords, your truth. So this is a challenge. This Page of Swords is almost like an orphan child that has been forced to grow up very quickly, maybe due to not having parents that were able to take care of you, or having parents maybe who were or caregivers that was too able to take care of you. So you felt small, and they were so good at everything because they were like 20 or 30 years older than you, but this didn't come into count. You just thought that they were superior creatures and you could never be as good as them. So one of those things or something similar has made you feel like you're an orphan person, that you can't really open up and show your true self because they will see your weakness and they will use this against you in some way. Sometimes this can happen when you have narcissistic parents that wants to glow brightly on the cost of their family members. So you need to listen to this inner child now, because you have this, you're tormenting yourself, and this is a challenge to not do this anymore, but actually be more truthful. And here, really central, we have the Queen of Cups. So that's your feminine open heart. And it can be a female person in your outside. It can be a masculine person at your outside also. Feminine qualities is to be there and listen to another person when they are in pain, or to heal them or help them solve their problems. It's like a mother that's their child has scraped their knee and they're saying, "Oh God, can I look at that? I will help you," and they will blow on the hurt with their air with the healing, and they will and it will feel all right. So. And this is your open heart space. This is where you can show other people that you care for them, and other people can show that they care for you. So this is something new, okay? It's like a well here of love that's opening up for you. And it's your own heart space probably starting to work here. And we have this card here with the 5 of coins. So I think this this feminine open-hearted person inside of you, this archetype within you, is something that you have felt that this person wasn't good enough. They are going to be used and abused and mistreated, and if people know how empathic you were, they will use this against you to manipulate you. And it might be the truth if you've grown up with narcissistic parents or have been in narcissistic abusive relationships, or you have had people around you always being like overachievers, over functioning, so you couldn't function at all. That's why probably you have also been very like this, over functioning, overworking, because you have such a high standard to live up to. But now it's time to become this, to take in this archetype. So I think this is what you are going to pick up in the netherworld. It's your heart, your vulnerability, your availability to be there for other people, and to show them that you care, because this might have been a problem for you before, because you didn't want them to show that you were this empathic, out of fear how they will treat you then, that they will use this fragile part of you. But she's not so fragile. She's with this unconditional love. She loves people, and she has a beautiful connection with the divine through her emotions. So she read them like a book. So she's not, she don't have to be her emotion, even though she is totally merged in water here. She just feels them, and she can still be like a whole person. Sometimes she can be very overdramatic, and it's okay. This is when the divine really wants to make their point made, or her soul really wants to make the point through her emotions. No, I'm not putting up with this anymore. This is how I feel. It's the mother archetype, the friendly mother taking care of their friends, their loved ones, their children, their co-workers, being there like a safety net for people, and also for yourself, of course, for your inner child. Deciding that, okay, so this inner child needs to be loved, so they don't have to have so much pressure upon them. They need to be recognized for the person that they are, and need to be loved for the person that they are. This is what the Queen of Cups is able to do. And I think you have been unable to do this. You have been unable to love you as you are. You have put too high standards on yourself. The next card is 3 of Cups. So 3 of Cups is a lovely card about inviting love and creativity and happiness and things like this in your life. And this was what missing. When your heart's missing, your joy is missing. So when you invite your heart, you can connect with people like on a truthful level. This is number 3 again. So this is when you express your true emotions of love and happiness and passion, and you show other people that you care about them, and they will show that they care about you, because you are not being phony anymore. You're not showing up a false face. So they will start to relax around you when you have integrated this part of your soul. So they will find out that you are a very compassionate person. Here we have a Knight of Cups, so it might indicate that you have a water person in your life, that you are falling very deeply in love with. It can also show that your own romantic sides are waking up, and you might be able to show love to people in your surrounding. The Knight of Cups is not as the Queen of Cups. She's already like, feelings is her everything. She just follows her feelings wherever she goes. So with the Knight of Cups, he has just started to get to know his feelings. So he's diving deep with these sea monsters. That's very dangerous. He can feel that this is dangerous. It's going to flow over him like a tsunami. But the Queen of Cups, the water is already above her head, and she's not fearful at all. This Knight of Cups is taking like a deep breath before the water hits over his head. So he's a little bit frightened, but he does this anyway. It's like following the Holy Grail. It's like following love wherever it takes you, even if the sword might hurt you. So I think this is actually you. And this is the mother archetype that you are missing in your life and that you're building up to. With the Knight of Cups, you're starting to investigate those deep waters within yourself. So the Knight of Cups is a very beautiful person also when it comes to ask for forgiveness or reconnect in relationships. So if you have had a break in your relationship or some kind of quarrel or disagreement, or you haven't really felt like loved during this past time, if you reach out a hand to this other person, I think it will go well. We will see with the last card here. But the Knight of Cups is a person that's open their hearts to others and show them that they care. And it's a beautiful gift to give to another person. And it's mostly very appreciated gift as well. So this is in your now, where it seems like you are deciding to kind of not have this split personality anymore, but go for this, what you have suppressed here in the past, your own impulses. And now it's getting much more beautiful. It's self-love also. Deciding that you're good enough, that your feelings are good enough. You don't have to be a strong warrior person. You can show your true emotions and still be in self-respect. Self-love is the key here. So the next card is the line for the future. Here we have a Page of Cups. So that's your inner child, your open heart space. This inner baby that has needs. This Page of Swords is a little bit older. It's still you, but it's when the world already have done its number upon you. Here was when you came like an infant. The only way a child can communicate its needs to other people is to crying. And maybe this wasn't really allowed in your household to cry. We can see this because the Page of Cups is this little crying child that has a lot of needs, and here's a lot of suppression and almost self-hate here. So suppressing of tears, I think, is a big issue for you, that you might need to have a number of good cries during the years to come. The Page of Cups is your emotional body. This is the way that you feel the divine. It's a umbilical cord going down here to the divine. You also have your soul above your head. So together they are making like a Merkaba, a magnetic field surrounding you, like the earth has and the sun has, and you also have it. And the more you can be connected to your true passions and longings and wants and your true needs, the more connected you are with the divine, and the more beautiful your magnetic field are. And if you have a beautiful magnetic field, you will also have a shield. You have a shield of self-love and self-trust. And this is so you don't have to feel like this anymore, even though you might be a little bit of a crybaby. So it's okay. You're supposed to communicate your needs. This is a pure, open, pulsating heart. It's like this jellyfish, a little fragile being in the water, totally emerge with every vibration, feeling whatever people in your surrounding feel, taking up it like an antenna, being able to express this. Sometimes when we are in a family that's very like over-functioning, you might feel like the weak link because you are the one that has contact with your emotions. So whatever the outside world is suppressing is coming up through you. So the tormentation might be like sometimes out of this world, because you might have the pain for, all your family members because you're the only one that's open. So that might be the reason to why you have closed down in the first place. So I think it's very crucial for you to be amongst people that's supporting you as you are, your true self, because you are probably a highly sensitive person, a little bit like over emotional, but it's actually you being very good in feeling other people's feelings. You are telepathic, I think, in this level. You are telepathic. You can feel what other people feel. And if they are suppressing their feeling and you are the soft spot, well, all the emotions is going to come out to you. So you are carrying the pain of maybe all your family members, your partners, things like this. So try to see that all those emotions isn't from you. It's from people also in your surroundings suppressing their own feelings. But this is yet another reason to why you have suppressed yours. You don't want to feel them because it's too much. But decide now that they are only frequencies. They are only it's only vibrations, and it wants to just come through you, like you being almost a black hole that needs to clean this. So if no one else does, maybe you can do it, but do it for a while. Give it like 15 minutes to rage through your body, and then do meditation exercise where you take light into your body, feel it from your toes and up. It's also the way that you will integrate your soul. So you accelerate between feeling the pain and feeling your body relax and become light. So you can feel the pain again and relax. So you are like a vacuum cleaner for your surrounding, and picking up on everything. So you need to be able to express this. You need to have a person or persons in your life that can. That you can open up to and tell all those things that's coming to you, how it feels, and so they can help you. You need good friends here. You shouldn't do this alone, because you are a very important part of your transition, and it's going to weigh you down if you don't have like someone to throw the ball at that can throw it back to you, so you can sort this out, what's happening here. But this is your heart space opening, and this is the divine will. They want you to be a complete person. They want to have radio contact with you through your soul and through your emotions. So you are having a contact with ground control, because you are an astronaut out in space. You are a pioneer here, and you need to have contact with ground control, so you know your mission and what to do and how to choose and where your happiness is going to be, because those are the road signs. Happiness are the road signs to where you're supposed to go. Your longing is a road sign. You are not supposed to fight against yourself like you are doing here. The next card here is Three of Wands, so that's much more beautiful. It seems like you have taken the challenge of your inner child here and decided, okay, so I will go for truth. And then you are able to start to vision your future. You can start to see what you really want, because now it's not this quarrel inside of you that's having like a thick blanket on every wants and needs that you have. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you need because you have suppressed it and fighting against your own energies. But here they are totally beautifully aligned, and you can start to dream about what you want your ships to come in with. So how should your future be? And it's also communicating. So it seems like you really need to communicate your inner child here towards the surrounding, but try to be a little bit diplomatic, because if your inner children has been in prison for, if this one was put down there when you were 3 years old and this one when you were an infant, this is going to still be an infant, and this is still going to be 3 years old. So they haven't developed together with you. So you have to be a little bit diplomatic and say, well, now I feel very emotional. I think I need a hug. So and you can say, I feel very angry. I feel very rebellious right now. Something that you said made me very upset. So we need to check what this can be. So not let this feast inside of you. Just let it out, but very diplomatically. So the next card here is the Eight of Swords. So this is you still thinking that it's Jupiter here also, making everything bigger. So Eight of Swords is how you have learned to behave in this world. You have a very good upbringing. You have been a very good member of society, doing your fair share, knowing your place. So by knowing your place, you have really not been in your own authority either. And you have felt like something with you is not really right, that you are like an alien among people, because if feelings aren't right and you are only feelings all the time, your planet is Venus, so that's the planet for romance and love and the Queen of Cups. So if you have felt like this was not the way to behave, maybe the society needed more soldiers than lovers, then you feel totally out of order and you kind of hate yourself. You see this here, you're trying to restrict your body, try to make it be like in a way that you want it to be, like you think in a way that you want to express yourself to the world, blindfolding yourself. So I think you need to look at your body, what you're doing towards this beautiful temple of yours, how you're behaving towards your body. And this is other people's thoughts about you. They might be very hurtful, and I think you need to start to tell them, start to put up a mirror, and every time you feel this sting from one of their swords, they are not meaning bad things, they are just used to do this towards you because you are you're just taking it. So for some of you, you will be very in very great resistance to what any person says, because you already have too much of their voices in their head already, okay? So you have got enough of this, so you have like a protection around you, so you don't even listen to what other people say anymore. It's like my way or the highway, but you still have those voices inside, so you need to look at that. What are they saying? How are they judging you? What are they trying to make you? How are they trying to make you behave? So this is also something you need to start communicate to your surrounding. When I am with you, I feel like I need to behave like this, and you can see if the other person thinks they're like, yes, do that, okay. So then you know, at least, and they can say, well, God, no, don't behave like that. I want this from you. I want your true expression, okay. And here's the Six of Wands, so that's true expression. Yeah, the Six of Swords here, 3, 6. So it's holy numbers here about harmony. You also have a 3 here. It's 3, 8. 8 is something you need to still work on. That's not going to go away easily. Your own upbringing. You have 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is how they have hurt you a little bit more, like touched the deepest part of you, so you feel like you're not loved the way that you're not lovable the way you are. But with 8 of Swords is more you are trying to behave and put yourself in this prison again, a little box for this I can do and this I can't do. So you're living in a box here, and you shouldn't, because you have the 3 and 6 of Wands here. Your true soul's expression, it's stopped, it's blocked a little bit by this, but it's Jupiter here now, so you can see it because it's going to be so big. And 6 of Wands is when you align with yourself, and you still have this beautiful, with the sixes, you want to make win-win situation for everyone. But mostly for those that really cares about you. It needs to be balanced. So what's being given should be given in return. This should be this beautiful energy exchange between you. So where you have these beautiful sixes, harmonious, you can continue with those relationships and maybe rest on the others a little while. So you can start to align more with yourself and will be able to express your true needs and wants. So surround yourself with friends during this time. This is Leo in Jupiter. You can see that's Leo, and here's Jupiter. Sorry, I'm a bit cold. And it's a white horse, so this is your true emotions, your true expression. Riding high in victory with the dragon's shield, that's your soul. See here, that's your soul, okay? So you're much more stronger when you are your true self, so no one can touch you then, because you have your magnetic field and your totally conviction that you are good at the way you are. So it has gone from 5 of Wands to this Queen of Cups, the open heart space, to this 6 of Wands. So everything is here is centered about you opening your heart. So this is very important. You will still be protected because now you have got also your self-respect. So you can tell a person, I love you. And if they say, well, I don't love you back, then you know what to do, because then you are so in tune with your true self. So you say, okay, I will still love you probably for a long time from now, but I can't be with a person that doesn't have the same feelings for me. So I will step back, and if you change your mind, you can give me a ring, okay? And here's the devil. So Okay, so this is the Sun, the Knight of Cups, and the Devil. So you are really opening up to going down to your true, those soul parts that you have been putting down in prison. This journey might be a little bit longer than I first anticipated, so it will go on for a longer period of time. Going down in the netherworld can be a bit, it's like feeling, you can feel depressed, you can have a lot of anxious feelings, and it's no wonder, because you're going to go down and pick up a part of you that you think are unlovable. So of course you're going to be afraid, but you still need to do it. You still need to reconnect with this part of your soul. It's your during this past like 6,000 years, at least 3,000 years, we have been expelling our body. We have told our body that it's wrong with you. You shouldn't feel anything. You shouldn't have needs. You shouldn't eat. You shouldn't do this and this and this and this and this. I don't want you. I want to be a soul separated from a body. I don't. Sex is bad. Food is bad. Drink is bad. Party is bad. Everything is bad. My anger is bad. So now you need to go down here to Hades and see that those things are good. In the right circumstances, they are good. When you can be angry and tell other people that this is not what I stand for, I want this, and I could never do like this, then you have the strength to make a revolution and save people in hunger, or stop, big bulldozers taking down something in nature that you love. So you need this part of yourself. When authority needed slaves, they didn't want you to have this connection, because no slave can be a slave if they always do revolution. You can check our earliest history and you will see that mankind is born from revolutionary ancestors. So there's an ongoing problem for people in authority to keep us in chess, because when we are in our true self, we are very strong. So this is you loving your body again, finding your temple. Okay, so it's nothing about being bad. It's about having your full access to your full self. So I have been talking way too long, so we'll see. Little cards here from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. We have the Phoenix and the Rainbow Prince. So, okay, so they are talking about the long period where you need to resurrection, surrender to change. You are kind of going to die. Your old self is going to die, and a new self will become born, and you will be compensated for your perseverance during this period. So just go with this. This is like a birth canal. You are going to be born anew. So don't resist this. It's like die before you die. Your ego will die and your soul will be born. It will be a beautiful process. We see the angel wings on this person and the rainbow. It's going to be heavenly for you, and you are going to be your angel self, even though you have integrated Hades here. Okay, so that's when you have your true strength as your true spiritual being. So we'll see a little bit what has suppressed you in the past, what has made you become like this. Okay, so it's relationships. Relationships are very important for you, and this is probably a relationship with your mother and your spouse. So things are coming up, being brought in those kinds of relationship. We have the Queen of Cups here as well. So we have seen the feminine quality has been tormented for the last 6,000 years. I would prefer to have a lady on the cross instead of Jesus hanging there. I love Jesus and his teachings, but I think that this is more appropriate to what has really happened. The feminine has been persecuted and followed. So you haven't really want to align with this weak part of life, being you don't want to be the victim. But here it seems like you need to bring yourself closer to those values of being a mother, of being an empathic person towards others, showing love to them, expressing your true feelings in relationships, being in your unconditional love. So you don't have to be a victim just because you can be unconditional in the love towards others and unconditional in your love towards yourself. It doesn't have to be a choice. You have the sixes for those beautiful win-win situations here. All those those 6s here and the number 3s here. So you can build something beautiful within your relationships. You don't have to be a victim, okay? I hope this helped, and for you watching all this far, I say you are most patient. So take really good care about yourself. And I want to say I'm so grateful for all of you liking, subscribing, and commenting to my videos. I hope to see you again in the middle of April. Okay, bye-bye.